Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday morning, and despite past events, it is indeed my day to post. By past events, I mean not posting on Tuesdays, and, yeah. I am posting on my day, regardless of whoever watches this or whatever, I don't give a shit. I am doing this sort of to replace the one I put up on Saturday, because I just watched it and the sound was terrible. It was not synced at all, and I really didn't say anything worth saying. So here I am. I have a bit of show and tell, actually a lot of show and tell, and a couple other things. I'm excited to start my ride time on Friday for my paramedic. Really cool shit. A little scary, but very cool. I don't know, I got some cool stuff for Christmas. I don't know. I think we should, if anyone feels like it, should go over stuff you got for Christmas. Because that's kind of cool. Like, I got this. It's a Zune HD. There. It's awesome. I hadn't really used my iPod for shit, really. I mean, it was broken, but, I mean, I really just sort of left it in my car and used it every so often. But this thing really, like, I'm carrying it a lot of places, and by a lot of places I mean everywhere. Yeah, but what I'm really excited about is airsoft stuff. I got a pistol, which was not on my Saturday post because it hadn't arrived yet, but I'm just going to charge him a little bit and show you. So, yeah, it's all the gas out of that one. It's a solid metal. You beat a man to death with this. This is a full metal 1911 MEU. It's a single stack magazine. It's very narrow. So the single stack magazine in airsoft is like 13 rounds, which is basically a double stack magazine in real life. But yeah. And this was featured prominently in my last post, but it was featured prominently in a really shitty video. So here we go again for reals this time, as it were. This is my pride and joy. This, ladies and gentlemen, is an M14 EBR, or Enhanced Battle Rifle. It is solid metal. This thing weighs more than 10 pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you pick it up, it's solid. All either steel bits or aluminum bits. The only plastic on it is this and this grip here, which, makes it comfy to hold. It is also a gas weapon. This is going to, it's not fully tuned yet, but when it is, English, this will be my primary weapon for outside during the summer. I'm going to give you a close-up. I'm holding the bolt catch so it doesn't engage. This is automatic as well. And it's very analog, which is something I love about this gun. You actually turn a knob to get semi, and now I'll take my thumb away from the bolt catch, and the bolt locks because I'm firing an empty mag. You can actually see that it's empty because this is an open bolt system. You can see right through the gun. So beautiful fucking thing. Love this thing so much. As I said before, yeah, and it actually holds a lot more gas than that. I just charged it short because I didn't want to waste any. Because gas is not really expensive, but it's not really cheap either. But like all analog stuff. I still need to get a scope. I don't know if I'm actually going to use a scope, but I might get one to throw on here at some other time. I do want to get a flashlight and maybe a bipod for it, like one of the flashlight laser things mount right here. But like this thing, it's got a knob right here that you twist for a selector instead of a little, you gotta actually like turn it. So that is automatic, and that's semi. And then like you cock it, and your safety is this little ring right here. You pull it into the trigger guard, and the trigger will not pull, and then you push it forward and it fires, which I think is really nice. I mean, you know, it's also got the telescopic stock. This is so nice. I'm going to put a high precision barrel in here and tune the accuracy. And this thing should, and also I've got a replacement valve for it that's going to start being really, it's going to up the power a little bit. So I can either have more power and less blowback, or more kick and less power. I can tune it one way or the other, which I think is pretty cool. I also have a shorter barrel for it, which, you know, shorter barrel means it ends here instead of, you know, out here. So it doesn't really give me any change in length. And I don't plan on using this thing inside anyway. So I figured, fuck that, why bother? I am going to be making another crate just for this guy, because this guy is pretty much my crown jewel. It's a little expensive, but awesome, awesome, awesome. So, yeah, I got back from work this morning. Work was fun. I went to Bay State with a 5-week-old kid. Apparently, pertussis, or whooping cough, is actually a really serious thing in this country. Not like a serious problem, but like since it's so rare that people actually get it, I think this is what it is anyway, because I have to do some research on this. But like if someone is diagnosed with pertussis, like you have to contact the Department of Public Health, and they have to, you know, come in and review health records. And, you know, if you are a nurse and you treat a patient who is diagnosed with pertussis and then you start getting sick, you have to, like, are mandated to, you know, take sick leave for like 3 or 4 weeks. And it's really a nasty disease. It takes about 3 weeks to run its course. And despite the fact that they prescribe pretty burly antibiotics for it, the antibiotics really are just like Hail Mary. It's not lethal except for some little kids who get it. You know, not all little kids that get it die, but that's really the only group that it would actually kill is, you know, infants and very young kids, you know, a couple of years old. If you get it as an adult or an older child, it's basically just you buy yourself 3 weeks of awful. The first week is kind of a, you know, mild fever, you know, feels like, you know, a cold that might be, you know, a little bit more than the cold. You know, it's just a cold basically for the first week. And then you start getting a really nasty cough. And the kid that I brought in was 5 weeks old, and I didn't treat her. You know, I just drove from one hospital to the other. But, you know, I got the report and listened to everything. And the kid had a couple of episodes the night before, which is what brought her into the hospital, of, you know, coughing so hard she stopped breathing for a minute or so and turned blue. And, you know, that happens with little kids, which is, you know, kind of a terrifying thing. But, you know, apnea, you know, you're 5 weeks, you're barely a month out of the womb, and, you know, you're still adjusting to life not being in your mom. So kids are very fragile when they're that old. They're, you know, resilient in the fact that, you know, they cough and turn blue and stop breathing, but then they start again, and then they're mostly okay. You know, they're unhappy as shit, but they're pretty much okay. They recover from shit like that. Whereas, you know, a 68-year-old man coughs, turns blue, doesn't recover because they die. You know, it's weird. You know, little kids are, you can break them easier, but when you fuck with them, they just bounce back. So, you know, I still don't like kids. As far, you know, kids are cute. They're okay for a couple of minutes. I don't want any of my own at all. For years and years, like, no kids, because honestly, kids would ruin my life right now. I am in no position to take care of one, nor do I have any desire to take care of one. So, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about pertussis, and I got onto my plans for my family. Weird. Okay, I'm feeling pretty poor because I brought my snowmobile into the shop, and it's going to cost at least $600 to fix because I have totally destroyed my shocks. They're beyond the point of being able to be rebuilt. So I needed to buy new ones, and new ones are like $200 each, and I needed at least 3. I'm hoping it was only 3. If it was 4, then I'm really up shit creek. I can afford that. Well, I have the $600+ in my bank account to pay for that, but not much else. So, you know, I don't know. I just feel really poor when I spend that much money without like planning on it. I was planning on spending like $100 something, maybe 200 at the most, for him to rebuild the shocks and then, you know, tune the suspension a little bit. You know, like make sure all the links are intact and adjusted properly. And what I'm looking at is probably closer to $700. So like, the fact that you know, it's not so much that I can't afford it, it's just that, like, it's really a pain in the ass when I just, like, don't plan on spending a lot of money, and then a lot of money is spent anyway. So, yeah, I would like to play Airsoft down in Worcester at some point soon. Probably not a week from today. Maybe people can go down with me. Jason, I know, is maybe going to be free. I want to talk to him later. And Rabbit, you said you might be free. So, I don't know. I will be in touch with you guys about that. And I'd like to know what you guys got for Christmas, and, you know, do a little show and tell. Let's see what's going on. Until some other time, take it easy, guys.